Creating Flash slideshows using XML data is a very popular practice with Flash developers because it's easy to change the images in the show and to also customize many other aspects of the presentation. If you Google ActionScript 3.0 XML slideshow or something similar, you'll find a number of very interesting tools, articles, and tutorials for creating image slideshows that are easy to change and customize. Here's one, creating a Flash ActionScript 3.0 slideshow with XML. Here's ActionScript 3.0 XML slideshow, volume 1.3. Here's a Karupa article, photo slideshow using XML and Flash. You'll find a variety of tools. Some of these tools will have you adding images and getting a nice slideshow up in minutes. Others are more complex and thorough and more involved. This tutorial shows you how to create a simple slideshow using ActionScript 3.0, Flash, and XML. As a resource for this tutorial, I used several of the slideshow scripts that I found through a Google search. I'd like to credit the authors. Perhaps the most clearly documented was Raphael Nunes here. This article was on the Tech Labs website, and in the bottom here you can see Raphael's bio and credits. Also, Jared on his website, simplistica.com, had a very nice, detailed, and complex, more complex than the other one, XML script, as well as some documentation and a forum here. The Karupa.com site has some of the best Flash and ActionScript articles and tutorials around, and their article on creating a photo slideshow using XML was no exception. Very, very good presentation and documentation, as well as source files. I like to use the examples that include source files. There are many other very good resources available on the web on this topic, so be sure to take some time and check these out. Do some Google searches. Let's start our work by checking out the finished scripts. In the Work Files folder, I have created a subfolder labeled XML Slideshow. Open that up, and you'll notice that there are a set of resource files here for you, including a XML file labeled images.xml. Go ahead and open that up in a text editor like Notepad, or if you have Dreamweaver, Dreamweaver will also open this up for you. Let's have a look at this file in Notepad. Notice how the data in this XML file is structured and tagged. Let's go ahead and start with this XML file. If you want to create your own XML file, go ahead and first line here, describe the version and the encoding of the file. In this case, Flash uses UTF-8 for encoding, so you want to edit the file in the UTF-8 format only to avoid character encoding problems. The first node here, or tag, defines the root node of the XML file and contains further nodes. These are images with the attributes src and description. So if you want to add more images, I think the easiest way to do this is to take my file, copy this image tag, change the source data, change the description data, go ahead and paste it in down below so you can very easily include more images in the slideshow that we'll be creating. Go ahead and swap out your images with mine. The easiest way to do that is just to name your images, image 1, 2, 3, and 4, or you can put in new images in your images subfolder. Notice that there's the images subfolder there, and provide the name here, including the extension. Don't forget the extension there, .jpeg in this case. Now the key here is notice how easy it would be to swap images, add images, change titles, and so on. You don't even need to touch the FLA file, so even clients could easily go in here and edit this XML file to swap out images, change descriptions, or add images, or subtract images. Back here in the XML slideshow subfolder, notice that there's another folder inside of it labeled images with a lowercase I. All my images are stored here. Image 1, image 2, 3, and 4, all with lowercase letters. If you want to swap out your own images here, the easiest way is to copy those images to this subfolder and then change the names to match mine here. If you want to go with different names, you will need to change the image source tag here in your XML file. Let's now move on to the FLA files. Notice that there's two of them in the XML slideshow folder, slideshow_finished and slideshow_start. Open both of these up. You'll notice that they're the same, except for the finished version has all the scripts here in the first frame of the script layer, and the slideshow start is empty, so you'll be working on the slideshow start and adding in all the script as I go through the tutorial. Let's go back and move our ActionScript pane out of the way, and let's review the structure of this Flash file. Up in the top is an Actions layer, then a Slide Info layer that contains a movie clip with a text field that will hold our description down here. Notice that the name of that movie clip is slide_label. Very, very important that you label that if you're going to be creating your own graphics from scratch. If you want to match the script that I'm giving you, make sure that's labeled exactly like this, slide_label. Next we have a mask layer that's hidden. If we open that up, also it's locked. If we open that up, notice that it's a mask that hides the layer underneath it, the image container. That's another movie clip that will hold the images that I'll be fading in and out. That will be an empty movie clip where the images will be loaded. Feel free to go ahead and change the graphics that you have here. I've just kept the same graphics from Raphael's original work files. We're now ready to start adding the scripts that will actually get the slideshow working. You can see the entire script in the slideshow_finished file. Click on the first keyframe there in the script layer, open up the Actions panel, and you can scroll through the entire script. But for now, switch over to the slideshow_start file, open up your Actions panel, click on the first keyframe there in the Actions layer, and then move on to the next movie so I can give you the scripts line by line, explaining it as we go.